Welcome to Hair Up, Bra Off podcast. We're here to be your new comfort fix with unfiltered conversations on random topics and gossip. As two women in their 30s, Kathryn, who's been chronically single, and Sue, who is happily married with 2 cats. So take your bra off, throw your hair up, and let's get into it. And men, if you're listening, take notes. Okay, hold on. Look away. Don't look at me. Look away, Sue.
Look away. Look away.
Look away. Don't look at me. It's like when I was peeing in the ocean and I was like, look away, Sue. Stop staring at me.
We were both peeing.
Yeah, we were. Okay. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about how men interpret or perceive the female gaze, or what men find attractive in other men.
Yes, that is, I think, a good question because I've yet to figure it out. I don't think I have once agreed with a man when they say that man is attractive. I don't think I have.
Amen. I never thought of it like that, but that's so true. There's never been a time where a guy and I have just been kikiing over the same individual. Like, yes, oh my God, you think he's attractive? I think he's attractive. Like, it's never been that.
Unless they're gay. Unless
unless
they're gay, then they get it.
Mm-hmm,
then they get it. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, I get it, you get it. We're like in sync.
And I think one of the recent times that I've even noticed this is when I went to visit you and your husband in New York. And it had just come out that Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian started dating. And it was all over the internet. And I feel like a lot of women at first were kind of like, oh, that's crazy. But then, you see him and you're like, I kind of get it. He's not conventionally attractive, but there's something about him. He has an aura. But the men were just not comprehending it. They didn't understand. And I remember your husband had mentioned it. And we were trying to give him examples of other celebrities that aren't necessarily textbook attractive, but there's just something about them that, for me, it's Pitbull.
Yes.
I love Pitbull.
Honestly, I agree. I don't, like, it wouldn't be me, but I see it. I totally see it. Like how women go for him. I think because he I'm trying to find the words for it. Like, he seems accessible.
He's not intimidating.
That's what. Yeah. See, we were gonna say the same thing. Like
Yes, ma'am.
like you can talk to him. Like he'll be your friend.
He would.
I mean, he'll also.
Well, he'll let me be Big Spoon and Little Spoon, and he just knows he's that guy without having to be that guy. Like, I would go feral over him, and if, let's say, Henry Cavill walked by me, I wouldn't even blink. I'd be like, oh, cool. Like, he's cute, like, whatever. But if Pitbull walked by me, I would.
Henry Cavill, that's a good point. That it's the aura. So I feel like you first see him and you're like, wow, he's super attractive, which like he is. And then I just feel like he kind of does seem like he's a little fucked up, like mentally. Like he's a little bit like there's some darkness there. And I don't know, maybe some women like it. I don't want it. I want a transparent man that I can just see right through and not have to figure out what they're thinking. Because that shit's scary,
Yeah, he seems really performative. He doesn't seem to wear his emotions on his sleeve a lot. So it kind of comes off cold and dark in a way. And I already had a feeling where I was like, he's not that guy. Continuing, when your husband Ryan it wasn't clicking to him where we were coming from, we then asked him, well, who do you think is an attractive celebrity?
Yeah.
And I tell you not, the words that came out of this man's mouth, like, to this day, shocks me still. Because he said Chris Brown. This man
Yeah.
on his four toes and his feet stood up and said Chris Brown. And I've never been, we both paused just to make sure we heard it right. And then we just started, like, we were just so baffled. Like, we couldn't understand why he said Chris Brown.
Yeah, that is weird. And like he's a violent man also, which is
And
if
that's, oh,
anything like completely a turn off.
and that's when I really started questioning things about what do men know anything? Because then we asked him, what made you land on Chris Brown? You know, what took you to that road? And he said, "Oh, well, I don't know. I've just heard a lot of women bring up Chris Brown. So that's just what I'm going with." Like, he wasn't even, he thought he had something that he thought was attractive, or he liked his music. Like, I all I know is that your husband has really bad taste in men.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
him to say Chris
Well,
Brown,
because that's because he likes his men to be women, like me.
that makes sense.
So,
That makes sense.
yeah.
But
Yeah, because she's attracted to like that energy. So I don't think he likes like, you know.
but Chris Brown, it's still, I just don't like, again, knowing his past, and just like, he's like, where I forgot he existed until
Yeah,
he's,
I don't know why he would bring up that person, but maybe he just couldn't come up with anybody. Maybe he was just listening to that music. I don't know. It's weird. And
and
like it
that's
doesn't
when we,
happen with just him. Like he like mentions random people that things are attractive and I'm always like I'm so confused. Like not at
yeah,
all.
and then we tried to ask him, questions, because we're like, what is this man thinking? Do we even know him? And we were asking, like, what do you find attractive about him? And he goes, oh, I don't know, I just heard about him. And then we're like, okay, what do you find attractive in other men? And he was like, I don't really know, I've never really thought about it. I don't know, like, big muscles, like, in good shape. And we're like, but wait, so, like, when you go out with your friends, or if you're out in public and you see a guy, do you guys think, oh, that's very attractive of him to look this way or talk this way, or he has nice cheekbones? And he was like, no, I've never really thought about it. I don't really talk to my friends about it. Like, it's just never something that's come up, even in the gym.
That's so weird.
Like, it's
I don't
not a,
understand that.
a culture. Well, I don't want to say culture thing, but something that I guess guys don't do, or at least from his perspective. I'm sure there's guys out there that do
Yeah.
the opposite, but just from your husband and what we were talking about.
Yeah. It's funny though because he says he's never thought about it, but I think it's just them. I think it's men just masking. Like I think they do think about it, but they don't like to say it. Like they don't like to say that they like checked out a guy because it would be like gay. You know what I mean? Or it would be
And
considered gay. Because I do know like when, like he'll be like my husband, but also other people. The only way in which the only scenario in which they start acknowledging someone else's attractiveness is in a scenario of competition or when they feel threatened. Have you noticed that? Like they'll be
yeah,
like you can tell they look at the other guy and the guy is taller, like built, like attractive, has good hair, whatever, and then they start being like, oh well, you probably like him like because they're tall and good looking, and you're like, oh, so you can tell when somebody is good looking. You just can never tell for whatever reason outside of this context, you know?
yeah, I that's a really good point. Maybe it's just they see it in a different manner. They're not as direct when discussing attractiveness, but it's definitely there,
It's
and they don't
definitely there
realize it.
because you put an attractive man in a room of not so attractive looking men. Watch how they react. Watch that
Yep.
interaction. It's like watching dogs like be afraid of the German Shepherd, and they're all like Chihuahuas, and you're like, we clearly can tell which one is the German Shepherd in this group. You know what I mean? The Chihuahuas know
Yeah.
it, but they like pretend like they never even acknowledge like how much bigger that dog was.
Yeah. That's so interesting because I feel men use their body language to, what's the word I'm thinking? Use their body language So men react to the feeling of being attracted through body language, where I feel with women it's the opposite. We're a lot more vocal.
Yes, you're
You know what I
getting
mean?
there. It's more mental. It's more
Yeah.
mental. Like you're attracted to a guy, yes, initially by your eyes, but then I think, and I don't know if you've noticed this, like if an attractive guy like sits down and starts talking and the woman start looking at like how he's acting, what he's doing, he's more like a gentleman. He like, you know, kind of like is like bringing drinks or like whatever snacks, like let's say at a party, it's not talking about himself but like asking questions to like the girls, like everyone, all the women in that room like start being like, I'm gonna have sex with that guy. Like that's, and so it kind of grows mentally. You know what I mean? Versus like if that same guy would have sat down and done the complete opposite, like been an asshole, like not be interested, kick people out of their seat or whatever, that it would be like like a no at that point. There might be one struggler, like one, you know, woman that is in like a low place in her life that might still like want him, but it's not like growing for the rest of the women.
Yes. I guess what I was also trying to say is when you talked about how with men, they don't, if they see another attractive male, then you see it more in their body language by how they act. You said, oh, if they see a really big alpha male, then they're become like a German Shepherd.
Hmm.
And you could just tell through, like, they'll maybe tense up or try to, what am I saying?
They put out their chest, they
That's,
start like acting up more. They
but
like
with,
become louder typically, and if they're in a group they try to be funnier because now they have to offer something else because they're no longer, in their mind they can tell that they are lower on the scale of 1 to 10 from the other guy. So I always like to watch the interactions. Like I think they're hilarious. Like
but then
I
I
think
think
they're so
it's
funny.
the opposite with women, because with women, when we find another female attractive, it's almost the opposite. We're very vocal about it.
Yeah.
We're more comfortable with it, more
Totally, totally.
engaging,
If it's a
you
hot
know?
girl, we actually find that really like while men try to navigate away from the hot guy because it's a threat, we actually gravitate towards the hot woman because we're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she's hot, and then we're like, oh my god, and she's nice, and then all of a sudden you're just like in love with that woman, and you're like, we're just all gonna fall behind, you know? Like we just
Yeah.
acknowledge way faster that they're hotter, I think, and are way more comfortable like not being the hottest person there, you know?
And I think it's just because men don't know how to deal with the idea of attraction,
Yeah.
because they try to hold it in so much. It's like this
Yeah.
internal
But it's also
feeling.
for them, they don't get that it's like black and white. Like we
Yeah.
like for them, like sorry, for them it's black and white, and for us it's a spectrum, I think. So that's why I think we're more comfortable with like, okay, well, you know, someone's gonna find this person attractive. Somebody will find me attractive for other reasons, you know, because for us like it grows. Versus for them, they're just like they either like a girl, they don't like the girl. They don't care anything else that comes with the girl. Usually, it's like,
Yeah.
what else does a woman carry? Most of the time, they don't give a fuck. It's like as long as they're hot, that's for my purposes, it's fine. Versus like for us, we're like, actually, you can be the hottest guy in the world. We just said like Henry Cavill, but like we're not gonna want you because you're like controlling, you know. So we definitely have like, what's the term? Higher standards for like anything that has to do with attraction based interactions. So I think that's why. And also like we're just like, I don't know, we just are, I think we're confident with ourselves, like honestly, like in general. Like I go to like
You know
a
what?
lot of spaces. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's because women are more comfortable with each other than men are. Like men,
Yeah.
it's like it's like we've mentioned before, where they're not as intimate with their relationship as women are,
Yeah.
and so they don't even like to bring that into their field or their male
Yeah.
space. And that's why I was
Yeah.
saying I think it's like you said, it's more of a mental thing for them just because they're not as open, they're not as comfortable, they don't care to understand because they don't even realize that it's
Mhm.
even there.
Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm in so many spaces where women are naked all the time, and I feel like that couldn't be the case in like in a male like friendship because they immediately would compare dick sizes like as soon as they get together. That's what they would do. That's what they would do, and we more like we acknowledge it, we like realize it, we see it, and we're like okay, like it's not a threat to me. I have small boobs. This other one has big boobs. We come up all in all sizes. It's amazing, you know?
And I think it's also where women, we come from the mindset that we're appreciating it. Like we're in our mind knowing that we appreciate it. So that's why we're okay with it also.
Yeah.
But with men, I think they don't even want to be comfortable around each other and not compare dick size because then it would feel
They don't even
too
want to realize it.
intimate.
They don't even want to realize it because their ego would be bruised. They're like, well, what if I don't have the biggest dick of all time? And it's like, you probably don't because there's so many people in this world that there's no way yours is the best one. But they don't see, for them, that's like a threat. Like the probability of that existing, it's like a lot for their ego to take versus like, I think us, like, we're just like, we know that there's going to be like hotter women everywhere, right? So it doesn't impact us anymore. We're like comfortable in our own like bodies, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean like all these places I go to and women are like naked, it's amazing. I love how when it's a women only space, everyone is so comfortable with being naked and just like being around each other, you know? Just seems like a really safe space for the girlies.
You know, so another part of this whole conversation, especially after speaking to your husband and him being in love with Chris Brown, is it's so wild how men don't know what women want because they have this peripheral vision from their masculinity that covers their awareness of what women would want beyond what they think is attractive. Does that make sense? I feel like I said
Yeah.
words, but I don't know.
No, and I know because I was gonna say like we should probably also like I think that people don't get men don't get what men are attractive for. Like for example, I find like all these like late night commentators like really attractive. Like Stephen Colbert, um what's the other guy? Stephen Colbert's hot
Who's I don't really watch late
from late
night.
night. He's hot. And then oh my god, what's his name? The other guy from the one with the light eyes.
Seth
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Even John Oliver is attractive, I think. You know what I
Amen.
mean? But you know
Yeah.
what I mean though? There's
Honey, I get it,
men will
babes.
never get why. Why is it that we find them attractive? Because they have a
And
voice and they're using it and they're saying the right things and they're funny. They don't take themselves very seriously and they just seem like good guys, you know? Is that too
yeah,
much to ask for? I feel like that shouldn't
we
be
don't
that
ask for
hard.
much, people. We really, honestly, we don't. It's very
It's
little,
very
very
simple.
little.
It's very simple. Just like be a good guy. It's not that hard. And you know what I think it is? You can sense that they see. Okay, here, I'm going to say it. And I think this is as deep as it's going to get. I think that I can sense that they see women as people.
Wait, say that again. Sorry, cut off.
I think that I can sense from them that they see women as people, like they see us as like a respectable counterpart and like someone like people that have brains, women, you know, that have brains that like they respect. They seem like those type of guys. I think that there are a lot of other men that are pretending like they see women as like people, but they don't. Just that's just for them to get laid, you know, and it's like a whole facade, I think. And then there's obviously the worst type, which is the ones that don't see women as people at all, just like vehicles for whatever they want to do. So yeah, it's not that hard. It's kind of simple, but it is, if you really think about it, a more evolved man that I think most women find attractive.
You know, it's just funny because I'm trying. Didn't we say, okay, so men are afraid that it will come off gay if they talk about like what's attractive in other men, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's gay if they watch men play sports, and
That's funny.
or or they don't think it's gay if they follow this man and take every word that he says to to be right. They'll
Yeah.
defend this man to the end. They will do all the advice that they're giving, they'll take. They will defend this man
Mm-hmm.
and be an avid follower. That's not gay. But what is gay, and we draw the line at, is if we're like, no, that guy is cute. He has great muscles. I do find that attractive.
Literally, that makes no sense. That makes zero sense.
And that's what that's what, like, I feel. It's just the masculinity in them that covers their brain. They have no brain, is what I'm trying to say. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, they have
yeah.
no brain.
Yeah, the whole like male following other males, it's just weird. And I think it's gay. Especially if
Yeah.
they don't like debate them. Especially if they're not like, "Hey, have you ever thought, because they're not when they're avid followers of these types of people, especially the more radical men, like they can't say anything. They can't say they don't agree with something. Because like they'll be kicked out of the pack. They have to just like agree with everything that the other person is saying.
And I was thinking about this because I was watching this TikTok video came up on my feed, unfortunately, and it was two men speaking. And I just thought it was so funny because they were just, again, going after women and why, they don't choose women for this or that reason. And I feel like they're so gung ho about that because they know if they talk about male attractiveness or bring up what is attractive in men, then it wouldn't be them. You know?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
if they were,
Also,
if they,
also for the most part, a lot of men are very ugly and bold and short and fat and make no money.
amen.
So, what's your value?
But I was looking at these two men who were talking and I'm like, I feel like the only reason why they're so gung ho about this is because if they were to sit down and talk about what women want and what women find attractive, they would be out of business.
Of course.
Like they would
Yeah.
realize it would be like, oh, the pieces are connecting and it's not us.
It's not us. It's
So
not you, homeboy.
so they stay fixated on this idea of them and what they think women find attractive.
Yeah. No, totally. It's like I
And
always say, like, you can't be like dumb and ugly and uneducated. Like, pick a struggle. Like,
yeah.
you can't out here being everything. And like, be bold and short. Like, come on. Be
And
something.
and in the video, oh my god, I hate when this happens. I run to the comments because I thought that they would be getting a lot of backlash, and of course they weren't. It was a lot of men praising them, saying, "Yes, I'm so glad you said that. Oh my god, this man is speaking wisdom into us. I totally agree." And so my
Dude, how
nosy
gay is
ass,
that? How gay is that?
thank you. And then my
Like,
nosy
you're
ass
sitting
then
there,
started
like,
clicking
taking a
on their
shit
profile
and, like, commenting.
and praising the Lord. And I started clicking their profiles and I started watching their videos to see if they're married or not. None of them were married. Not
Course.
even the people in the video. All the people that have been commenting are all single men who no woman wants. And they don't find it gay that they're all together talking about what makes them the best, what makes males the best.
They should marry each other.
That is I can't even. And again, I think some men don't like to talk about what is attractive in other men because they know they don't have it. Just like Andrew Tate and all of them. They have to
I
fixate on
know.
women and what's wrong with women because they know if they bring up the other side of the stick, they're going to get
Yeah.
whacked.
Exactly, exactly. No, they're like honestly hilarious because it's so easy to see that they're so insecure and that they're deflecting and that they're like just trying to find like grasp a straw. What is it? Grasp a straws, straws like grasp, whatever, and find just like anything that they can bring women down with. But it's honestly sad because they're just like gonna stay alone and still be short and still be bold and still be broke. And it's like, what now? What do? You didn't do anything for yourself. Now you're even lonelier and now angrier.
I
And like,
I think these
it
men
sucks.
connect. I think they connect through a trauma bond. Like, because they're unable to obtain and make a woman happy, they're all connected. They all understand each other, so they hype each other up even more because of that. And so that's why you see all these men who have, I mean, okay, can I ask you a real question? Hold on.
Yeah. Ask me a real question.
So, you know, men watch sports, right? Sports are a lot with statistics. It's all a numbers game, baby. Am I right? I'm right. What I don't understand is these men will only follow athletes who score all the time, who do well in games, who are MVPs. But yet, when a man gets on a podcast and he is not married, doesn't have a happy wife, and has all this backlash and hatred towards him, they think, oh, whoa, I love it. I'm going to follow this man. This is
How
a
is he
person that I'm
winning?
going to stand by.
How is he
How
winning
is
at
he
life?
winning? Where's the statistics, my people? Okay,
Yeah.
again, because I was watching this video of these two men talking, and they're not married,
Yeah.
and yet they're spewing this wisdom about how to pick a woman, how to find a wife.
Well, yeah. That's why we started this podcast, right? Because now we have to do the wisdom on the other side, which is
Amen.
never marry a dumb, ugly man.
Thank you. Well, just don't marry a man. I'm just kidding. No,
Just
I just
stay single, ladies. Stay
yeah.
single. And actually, it's funny because I'm on the opposite side because I'm married, being like, leave your man. Don't
Yep.
be with your man. I'm like that married friend. I'm like, this motherfucker. It's like,
And then
men
it's so fun.
suck all the time.
And then Ryan's right behind you. You know, she's not wrong, but is she always? I don't know. I'm just, you know what? I'm here to make her happy. Because again,
Right?
men who are comfortable with themselves, oh, your baby. Men who are comfortable with themselves and have a happy life, find a good woman, they're okay with saying that other men suck
100%.
because they know it's not them. Like, I mean, I know that I say I hate
Yeah.
men, but I do love men. And there's a lot of men
Yeah.
that I adore.
Yeah.
But
Some of them.
we have to combat. We have to bring the same energy as these videos. Oh my, I can't even. I can't. I just don't get it. I don't know. Because again, I just need to know why men follow these men and where.
There's something lacking. They were saying they're doing like psychological studies on it, and it's like they really did lack like the guidance and support from like a father figure, and then they just became. It's like anybody that becomes radicalized like for terrorism, right?
Yeah.
The reason why people gravitate towards any group of hatred specifically is because they don't have a community to rely on.
Yeah.
And so you become radicalized, and so like the lonelier you become, the more of a target you are for these sort of hatred groups. It's actually like proven that
No,
if
yeah,
you have
yeah.
more friends and you are out there more and you have like a solid family foundation, you are less likely to become prey to these hatred groups. So when you really think about it, these men are almost the weakest of the weakest of the weak, because technically they don't have a strong foundation. They don't have a strong circle. They don't have strong education. They don't have strong relationships with anybody, and like much less women. So it's really like a show of weakness that is somehow like displayed via the internet, which is the only vehicle that they have access to and they're able to kind of like express themselves in.
Again, I wish the comment section of that video still has me like wheeling.
Yeah, well,
And
I mean, it's again, these men are just sitting there at home being gay and fucking masturbating to the people that are speaking on the video and like commenting after they masturbate. Like,
I
this
just,
was great, great content, did it for me.
again, I, it's like I see I see two drastic sides of certain men that I'm thinking of. And it's the men who are really into sports and again, all about statistics. And then you see those same men following other men where they're not putting up any points.
Yeah.
There's like, again, they have no wife. They don't have any women that they're making happy. The numbers aren't there, but yet they're following them.
Yeah. And I think a lot of them, what they debate is like, well, they have money, you know, they like are successful.
But they say, oh, I'm a high value man. I need a high value woman. But there's only so long that you can say that. And then it becomes awkward because there's no one sitting next to you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But
it gets to
also,
the point
but
where.
also like, yeah, but also if money is the only thing you have to offer, like good luck, you know, because a lot of women
No,
make a
yeah,
lot of money
yeah.
too. So like what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only thing? Maybe you are a good candidate for a cat or for
But
a
this is.
dog.
But this is the other side of it. If they're making a lot of money, shouldn't it be easier for them to find a woman? Isn't that their whole thing? Is that all
That's the
women
thing.
want is
What's
money?
funny is that yeah, it's funny because I think that men just have stayed behind, you know, because before that was the one thing that they would offer was money and stability, quote unquote, right? And now that's not enough. And instead of looking at themselves and being like, I need to be more, they're getting angrier because that's not enough. And now because of the inflation and just like cost of living, their, you know, dollars are now pennies basically. And so you're
Amen,
like,
sister.
listen, I like don't need that anymore because I make dollars and you make pennies. So, and if you're gonna be like this, I don't even want to like talk to you or be your friend. Like,
I just wish I want to almost play a fantasy football kind of style with these male podcasts and start adding up all the points of every time they're not with a woman. Anytime they're with a woman, that woman hates them. Anytime the ratio of their comments is more backlash from women, like there needs to be a point system so men can clearly see that they are, you know? I just don't know. Mama,
I
I'm
agree with you.
tired. I
You're
just
tired and you're single, and this is why because all these men are out here listening to podcasts and then commenting on them and you know following sports on their free time. What are they gonna do? Because like at least if you're a single woman, like and again it's proven you have a happier life and like it's better. But if you're a single man, like it's actually worse for you. Like you get sick and die like way more often than if you had a partner.
again, I think it's because men don't have that intimate relationship with other men like women do. Women are, I think, more in tune to have platonic soulmates. Where,
Mm-hmm.
again, with men, they're very closed off to maybe even saying they have a platonic soulmate. Like that would be
Yeah.
too gay for them, or that would be too
Yeah.
drastic of a like an affirmation. And so
Yeah.
within their own mindset, they become more shut off.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're alone, they just suck. I don't know. And
Yeah. They just suck.
it's also, again, and we said this, where women, when we're single, and I remember seeing this trend where a lot of women on TikTok, I would see their videos and they would discuss, oh, I'm 30 and I've never been in a relationship, and one woman has never even had a kiss before, and she's in her 30s. And they constantly say there's been moments where I ask myself, what do I bring to the table? Why does no one want to date me? What's wrong with me? It's all about me. But with men, it's the opposite, where it's more, what are they doing wrong? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why don't
Yeah.
women want me? I'm not the problem.
It
And
has to be
so
them. They
that,
need somebody that's richer than me, better than me.
yeah. And so that becomes more isolating, because they're creating this quote unquote enemy, or they're closing themselves off more because they're believing that own drastic mindset of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's them, not me. But I feel with women, we're just more comfortable in saying, okay, we're smarter, we're better, I
Yeah. And we're
understand,
more, yeah.
intuitive.
And we're more intuitive and we're comfortable with each other. I was also going to say, I think like the way that attraction works in women, it's like way different. Like if you see, like you can see an attractive woman and an attractive guy and, just like look at them and be fine. Or an attractive man, for example, and you're just like maybe staring at them. At like in the worst cases, you become a stalker and you follow them around, right? Let's just say. But if a man finds a woman attractive, I don't understand why it has to be about this power thing. Like half of these men have weird issues where like they need to like record a woman or like kill them or rape them or some form of like I need to be more powerful than you for them to be able to like get off. What's funny is that my radicalization into ultra feminist, which I am right now, happened during college. And it's like because of events like these. Like I was fine. It's not like I like hated men. I like started at 18 just being like fine and being like la di da. Like I didn't think about it, you know? And then it's like 19 I was like, I kind of think they kind of suck. Like they're not very cool. And then at 20 I was like, pretty sure like most of them suck. And like I left college being like death to all men. Like we cannot live in the same world as them. And it just got stronger and stronger, that feeling. The older I get, the more I realize like why do we have them around? Honestly.
And I do. What was I thinking? Hold on. I'm here. Hello.
It's gonna come back, Kat.
I do give credit to the fact that we went to school in Miami, because in a strange way, I think Miami is such a girls city if you find the right girls.
Yeah.
Let me put that out there, because
Yeah.
I've heard the opposite, but I feel that we got so lucky.
We really did.
Are the what who we were close with, and who we were with all the time, and who we connected with, it was always girl. It was always putting women first. And with that, it also allowed us to see how many fuckboys there are. Especially Miami, out of all places, is like the capital.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to do a full circle moment, but can I just say Pitbull is from Miami? But he's not like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and Pitbull paid for our stadium. Go Panthers.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that.
Sue, honestly, wow, you're a fake fan. Fake fan.
I didn't know.
How did
I
you-
had no idea.
Yeah, he donated. They call it the Pitbull Stadium.
I didn't know. I thought it was a Panther stadium. No idea.
Well,
They're always asking for money. They got me though. I contribute to FIU and NYU. Like not a lot, just like $10 a month or something. But
wow.
I'm sure my money is being put to good use, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, look at Pitbull. You're in good company. You're in very good company.
I just want to make sure that FIU is still like what it used to be when we went, which was like just chaos. As long as you keep it chaotic and not too serious, I'm okay. Second you start getting serious, I'm going to stop contributing. If you're listening, that's my advice. Don't get too serious.
Yeah, the $10 is on the line, people. So FIU, if you're listening, take notes. Take this in consideration.
$10 on the line. I also think we need for another time. Actually, going back, you know what? Full circle too, because Chris Brown recorded his video at FIU. Kat,
We don't even try,
what
but
is
the world
happening?
connects. The world
What is
connects.
happening? Oh
I
my
know.
god.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What was the video called?
Kiss, kiss.
Yes.
Money on me. Oh my god.
What's the name of the song?
Kiss, kiss.
Is it Kiss Kiss?
Yeah. Yes, kiss, kiss.
I thought you just said 2 words that you remembered. You're like, kiss, kiss. And I'm
No,
like, what?
you know what's wild? I don't know why I just thought of this, but I almost feel like the red pill movement is men who are trying to create this ecosystem of horrible men so that they can be on top at the end.
That's a good theory. It's not a bad theory at all.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
I
Yes.
feel like they know they can brainwash men, so they're purposely trying to make the worst version of those men so that they can come out looking better, or I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you know what you're talking about.
I just have to act humble so people don't think that I'm being too forward. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get it.
Anyway, I think that the ending in Chris Brown is a good ending.
Thank you so much for being with us, and tell your friends, men, or enemies we're not picky. Follow Hair Up, Bra Off everywhere you scroll. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.